Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Overthinking Out Loud podcast. It's another day. I am I've been busy today, and I'm filming another episode tomorrow because thing is, I don't remember if I addressed this in the last episode. I can't remember. My days are jumbled. But I'm going out of town for like 2 weeks. Usually I film these on the weekends, and I'm going out and I'm going to be out of town for 2 weekends in a row. So I'm trying to pre-record so I have things to actually post while I'm gone. So, anyways, days are a little jumbled. This week has been insane, and I'm trying really hard right now to have enough energy to be super talkative and super energized. Okay, I'm trying. Also, this top is really like it's cute for like lounging around, which is what I'm doing, and it's really hot, but I feel exposed. I feel a little exposed. I don't wear low cut tops very often. I don't know. But today's been a hectic week to say the least. Where do I want to start? First of all, I had 3 tests this week. One was a midterm. The other 2 weren't technically midterms, but like I don't know how your guys' schools work, but here at my college, hold on. Hello, can I fucking talk? Our teachers are required to give some sort of test or an assignment that they can call a midterm. So that's kind of what that was. Nutrition test, I love the class. Do not get me wrong. I really love the class. I'm learning a lot. This test got a 64%. Okay, cool. So I'm hoping last test enough people failed, or not failed, but did bad on the same few questions. So she curved it. So I'm really hoping that's what happens again. And then what was the other test I took? Oh, my Spanish test. Kind of botched that a little bit as well. And then I took oh my God. I've already yelled about this to a few of my friends and my boyfriend, so it's like, I'm not going to yell again. However, this political science teacher that I have addressed multiple times in these episodes on how much I hate him. Took a midterm for his class the other day, and I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. I cannot wait to leave him the worst rate my professor review he has ever seen. Because he, as an education major, seeing the way he treats a classroom, treats the students, and how wildly unprofessional he is just actually insane to me. Let me walk you through this class period. Okay, I'm not saying any names. Okay, in this class, I'm only in this class for like 2 more months, so I don't care. Oh my God, this teacher. We go in. We're supposed to start the midterm, right? Usually, teachers that I have taking tests very seriously, and they're quiet and they get to it real quick. This professor, he delays the class 15 minutes because his best friend, a student who participates in the class, I almost said his name. Let's call him Brian. His name is not Brian, but we'll call him Brian. Brian is not in the class. He usually sits in the front, and he is very talkative. And so it's a very gen ed class. I think I've said that before. So these students are like just being very gooberish about Brian being missing. And it's not a big deal. Like, okay, well, it's the midterm. So, like, yeah, if you're not showing up, that's fucking concerning. But so this professor emails a student saying, like, hey, we're starting the midterm right now. Where are you? Like, is there a reason you're not here? Like, what's going on? That's okay. Explain, like, whatever. This professor proceeds to read the student's response email to the entire class. Now, the response was he had the flu and forgot to message the professor. Whatever. But as a professor, I feel like reading out students' emails to the rest of the class, no matter how serious or not serious they are, is really unprofessional and concerning, because I know I've sent emails to him and it makes me wonder, wow, has he read my emails to other students as well in other class periods or in, whatever. And so it just like, that's already one thing that really pissed me off. And especially because I am an education major. So you learn as an education major. For anyone who's not familiar, if you're secondary ed, like middle school and high school have specifics, like specialties. So my specialty is English. So I take majority English classes with education related classes sprinkled in there about teaching English specifically or teaching whatever. And so elementary ed, all of their classes are about teaching every subject. So like you take classes on how to be an educator and what being an educator means. And so because I have classes like that and I have that knowledge, I guess, seeing him read out students' emails to the class, no matter what they are, is concerning to me. Next thing, he would not stop talking during the midterm. He would make small talk with the students and was like talking to us during the midterm. I am the type of person, I need fucking silence while I'm taking a test. While you're chatting it up over here, okay? I can't read the question while you're yapping, okay? And it's pissing me off so. It was so irritating. And then this is like halfway through the midterm. 2 people have already submitted it, but about halfway through, I think like 20, 30 minutes in, he goes, you know what, guys? I'll give you one free answer to a question. So this was not established when we started the midterm. People did not go in with that knowledge. People already submitted their exams. And now you're offering this option? Crazy. Then one student has a question. He goes over there and they whisper his question and like ask him for the answer to this one question. And then this professor turns to the whole class and says, you know, guys, I offered that to you to use on hard questions. Don't ask me for answers on the stupid ones. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the actual fuck is wrong with you? Because now you just publicly humiliated this student in front of the entire class. And now this student is trying to justify himself. Well, I just had a brain fart. I just don't remember. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you are by far the worst educator I have ever had in my entire life. Like, all of these things back to back is just insanity to me. And then same thing, like, with another student had a question. He made the same complaint. And then he turned to everyone and he goes, I should take it back, but I guess I can't now because 2 people already got answers, huh? I want to take it back, though, because you guys aren't asking the right questions. You should not be teaching in a classroom. I don't care how old we are. I don't care that we're all adults. This is a learning environment, and you're publicly humiliating students, and you're bashing them in front of many people. You're reading out students' emails. You're talking during an exam when it is your exam that we're taking. And it's just like it really irks me, and I hate this class. Thank God I only have it once a week for an hour and 15 minutes. But even then, I walk out of this class more irritated and disappointed than I've ever been in my life. And this is the same teacher, I think I've complained before, where he teaches things incorrectly as well. I have taken honors and AP history classes for years in high school. And I had really good teachers, and they taught me really well. And I read the textbook, and the textbook is accurate, and the textbook feels like what I'm familiar with. And then he goes and teaches the class, and he starts saying shit like New York had the most slaves out of any other state in the country during the start of the United States. And I'm like, you are so wrong. Like, I don't understand. Like, and then literally I have the textbook pulled up and it like literally lists the top 5 states, all southern states, by the way, because southern state, whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But it's just like, this professor is literally like, I don't understand, because I think I could be totally wrong, but I think when it comes to college education, as long as that person has a degree, like, because I know I have teachers, I have professors who are like in a graduate or a master's program. So they're still students, but they're like the higher level students, if that makes sense, like graduate master's programs. So I genuinely think that all they need is a degree in the class, like related to the class, to teach it, but they have no like prerequisite or no like requirement, I guess, to take a class about being an educator. And I think that's actually insane. Like, I genuinely think that's insane, because any other teacher has to get certified and has to have like a degree in education, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm just like expressing that this is how this professor is acting. He's acting like he just knows a little bit of, he's acting like he watched the crash course videos 3 years ago and is now qualified to teach this class. And it really irks me. It really irks me. And I can't wait for this class to be over. I am so over this class and over this professor. And it just really, I don't know. And I feel so crazy because I'm the only one in this class who seems to have a problem with him. And it's like, I don't understand how all these other students are okay with him just like doing shit like this and are laughing at it and are supportive of it. And I don't understand. Like, I feel insane. I feel insane. I feel insane. So I just, that professor, I just had to rant about him for a second because he is just the absolute worst I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, on top of all of this, I guess, I had a family member who was in the hospital for like a day or two, and that was scary. For a while, that was really scary. I was other night not doing well over that. Anyways, we're gonna move on. But so that's been my week. Today been a better day. I did run some errands. I have an electric toothbrush. Battery went out the other day. I didn't have the right battery, so I've been brushing my teeth analog style, you know? Got the batteries for that. Got some laundry detergent, doing my laundry tomorrow. What else did I do today? Went to Target because I'm actually really excited. So one of the things I'm going to while I'm gone is I'm going to Nebraska to see my boyfriend, and we're going to go to this one restaurant. And we were looking the other night, and apparently they have like this fancy vault dining where it's literally just like a table that fits 2 to 4 people, and it's just for you guys. And so we're doing that. He booked a reservation for that. So I wanted to get a nice outfit, a nice dress for that. So I'm excited. I ended up getting 2. Sue me, I'm sorry. One of them was half off. One of them was in the clearance section, was half off. I liked it so much. It's I like boat neck tops on me. I like the high neck and like because I have like wider shoulders, I feel like. So I like that style, and it was that. And I do have a dress that's very similar. It's just like slightly different. Like this dress that I bought today is a short sleeve boat neck, and it's a long dress. I have one already that is the same. They're both black, but this one is boat neck, long sleeve, and it's a short dress. I'm like, it's like inverted, and I like having both. And then there's another dress. It's like a long dress. It's like a casual. You can dress it up, dress it down, and it's like a black tank top, like similar to this, like black tank top dress. I liked both, so I bought them both. Okay, sue me. But I really like the black, like the tank top one, because in my mind, I'm thinking like in a casual setting, wear it with like a little jean jacket and sneakers, and I think that would look very slay. Might look very millennial, but I don't care. It's so hard to find, I feel like, an appropriate dress, because I like longer dresses. I don't love short dresses. It feels like my booty cheeks are out, and I don't like that. But I'm also 20, so it's like wearing certain styles of long dresses, like the women's section. It's weird because there's like the women's section, and then there's the like teen section, and it's like, where do I want to shop? Because I don't want to dress like my mom, but I also don't want to dress like I'm 13. So it's like, where do we go? I need more like young adult sections in stores. Oh my gosh. And then I also went to Kohl's today. Oh, Kohl's is, my chest looks insane right now. Hold on. I'm going to cover up. What was I saying? Oh, Kohl's. Kohl's is like, I thought when I was younger that it was like reasonably priced and it was, for everyone kind of thing. And I don't know, I used to go to the Kohl's at the mall and it was fine. I went to this Kohl's, maybe it's just this location, or maybe it's the whole company that has changed. But I picked up this one dress, okay? And it was cute, don't get me wrong, but it was very cheaply made, and that was evident because it was like a tan tulle dress with black embroidery on it that was clearly like ironed on. I look at the tag, $120. What? $120? And then everything is on 50% off. So then it's like, so then it makes people try to think they're getting a deal. It's like, oh, originally it's 120, but I'm going to get it for 85. No, it's not even worth 85, dude. 85 is pushing it. And it's like, I don't know. Like the 50% off at Kohl's, at least this location, was how much, like really pushing how much it actually is worth. Like there was dresses there that I thought were cute. They were $60 or $65. And I'm like, and even with the 50% off, I'm like, it's worth like 20. Like, what are we, 20 to $30? I'm confused. So that is when I went to Target and I found things that were actually reasonably priced for their quality. Insanity. Kohl's is that that's like a money laundering place or something. At least the location here has to be like insanity. I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I did this morning. Was all that. um, there was something else I was going to talk about. I remembered something halfway through I was telling that story, and now I cannot remember. Whatever. I don't remember what I was going to say. Whatever. We're going to move on. I want to talk a little bit about the Olympics. I'm not super into the Olympics, okay? And I know this is going to come out when the Olympics is done, and I don't care. I think, well, the Olympics is done as I'm filming this, and I know once I put this out, Olympics will be old news. I do not care. I want to talk about it, so I'm going to. So, let's shout out Norway. Norway won 18 gold. I wrote this all down before I started this because I wanted to make sure I was saying the right thing. Norway won 18 gold medals, 41 medals total. They were the W Epic best winners of the Olympics. I don't remember. See, okay. I don't remember if Norway's ever like been the Epic best Olympics person. Maybe they have. I don't know. I'm 10% Norwegian, so I'm going to claim a little bit of that. USA was next with 12 gold and 33 total. Well, 12 gold medals and 33 total medals. Hey, good job. Good job, USA. 21 of those were won by women. 21 out of the 33 total medals were won by women. And I want to address that because I think that's important. I don't want to get too into it, but I think it's important to acknowledge and support our women athletes, okay? And especially, okay, let's talk about Alyssa Liu because she is so talented and she specifically has gotten so much support because her story is so interesting. I keep seeing interviews of her and it's just so crazy because for those who don't know, when she was a child, she did skate. I think she was like 13. She did ice skating, but it got to a point where they were very controlling over what she could and could not do and like her diet. And it was very much like she was no longer having fun, to my understanding, because it was such a brutal environment. And so later she came back to skating, but she came back on the terms that she would pick her program music. She would like not be told what she can and can't do, can and can't eat kind of thing. And she would come back on her own terms because she did love, like over time, like really, she did really love skating. It was just that environment that really fucking sucked. So exciting for her to have won gold. And even like, it's just so mesmerizing because obviously her hair, like everyone talks about her hair, but also like her personality. She's just so authentically herself. And even like at the Olympics, she's like, she joined the Olympics because she wanted to have fun. Like she has fun skating. She's not there. She's not competitive. And hey, I'm a competitive person. If I found out I was going to the Olympics for whatever fucking reason, I would train so hard. I would want to win anything. And she is just not that kind of person. She just is so like, this is such like a cringe word nowadays, but like nonchalant, but like in a good way. Like she's not like, she seems so level-headed and so just happy to be there. And I just think that's such a good quality. I think that's so beautiful to see. And then even like watching her like routines, like she just seems so carefree. She seems like she's having a good time. She's smiling her entire set, like her entire performance. And I just think that is so like it makes her more fun to watch. You know what I mean? Because it's clearly not like she's hungry for a win. She's scary and like, whatever. Like she's very, I don't know. It just looks like she's floating. Like she's just like having a good time. And no disrespect to any skaters that are that hungry, determined, like mindset. It's just like I think because she's so different, she has gotten so much attention. And that's really just exciting. And I think her performance was absolutely beautiful. And I think honestly, Stateside by Pink Panthers and Zara Larson was such a good like song for the gala. I think that was such a like a cute thing for her. Um, I just I think she's so cool. And I also like that she is like alternative, like with her hair and her piercings. Like I just think she's so like I said, she's so authentically herself and I really, really like her. Um she's just so cool. I'm glad people are acknowledging how cool she is and how deserving she is of a win. However, I do like it is irritating to see some people online because online culture nowadays, especially with celebrities and athletes and shit like that, like it just becomes so parasocial. And I really hate that word because it does get overused sometimes. But it's like some people just can't back off. Like these people are not your friends. These people don't know you. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. I think it is weird. And then also on top of that, like regarding Alyssa Liu, because she is alternative and she's talented and she's an athlete, the people I saw someone talking about people on Twitter and it really breaks my heart because some people on social media are creeps and weirdos. And I think, like, God forbid an alternative girl gets the spotlight because then it starts turning into like gooner content. Like, it's actually insane how, like, these people will edit photos of her to make them look sexual or like imply that she is like a certain way. And it really bothers me. And you know what's crazy is when I saw people talking about this, it was all tweeted and all men, all 40-year-old men that were talking about how she is in bed or what this, that, and the other, whatever the fuck. And that's like irks me to my core because it's like, you just let her be. Like, I don't understand, like, what compels you, and this is with anyone, not even just Alyssa Liu, but like, what compels someone to see a public figure and be like, I'm gonna tweet publicly what I think she likes to do in a sexual way. What the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, what the fuck? If okay, no one can control what your thoughts are. No, like you can't. Whatever. I'm not going to tell you you can't think that way. That's not my right. I think it's inappropriate and I think you're weird for that. But the fact that you not only had that thought and but also decided to publicly say that online is insane. Is really insane to me. I do not understand why people do that. I think it's like with everyone and then also with the rise of AI nowadays, it's like people are making um I can't say the word, sexual videos of celebrities, public figures, whatever. And like there's nothing you can do about it. Like I'm very confused by that. I don't understand well maybe that's a conversation for another day. But it's just such a shame because these people, Alyssa Liu, these public figures, they're just innocent. They're just people. God forbid they're just people who are like talented. Like athletes or actors or singers, like God forbid they're public figures who are talented. I don't understand it. I think it's really a shame that that's where we have gone to. Really unfortunate. And this is why like I think I don't know. I think a lot of things about the situations like these and I just don't know how to articulate those feelings. Um which is why like I know my first episode like it was kind of silly but I don't think I'm gonna get famous off this podcast. I that's not my intention. I'm doing this because I needed an outlet, like a creative outlet. I think I told you guys that. But like, I don't want to be famous. Like, the only reason I want to be famous, I would like, is to wear cute dresses and go like do, you know how they wear like I wanted. I think Zendaya is a really good example of this, or where like you dress for the occasion, and she really does. Like, I just think like the outfits are really cool, and that's just me being like a girl, I guess. Um, but like, or like Drew Afawala, where she's famous in the way where she does interviews with celebrities, and she still gets that experience, but it's not like I mean, she's still in the public eye, but it's like it's not quite a crazy level. Like Brittany Broski is the same way. Ashby is kind of the same way where she does those interviews, but she's still funny, still herself, and is not like super famous, if that makes sense. I feel like there's like certain levels of fame, you know what I mean? And like influencers are not quite super, super famous, but they're famous enough where they get to dip their toes in the experience. And I think that's really cool. And but like it's just a public eye thing. Like people like unsolicited advice or unsolicited like basically calling people fat, making weird content of them and just like sexualizing them and then also like I don't know. I think it's a really weird thing. And it makes me like I don't know. I could never be famous. Also, I would get canceled so quickly. I would get canceled so quickly if I were ever famous. I don't want to be famous. This like seeing third person how some of these people get treated, especially online, is like actually insane. But yeah, congrats to USA. Congrats to all the ladies who won the medals. I I don't watch the Olympics really in depthly. Just because I see what's online. I hate to say it, but I'm not invested as quite as much to watch it on TV. I just see what people post about it just to see like keep up to date. Um but I like the Olympics curling. I want to talk about curling is what I want really what I'm getting at here. What what curling, right? Okay, hold on. So you take the stone thingy and you slide it, and then you have the sweeper people who are like going back and forth, and then you have to make it into the target. I understand that. And I mean no disrespect to any curling athletes out there. But what does the training look like for that? Like what how is that a sport? With all due respect. And okay, I'm saying this from the lens of like dance isn't well, they tried hip hop. I take it back. The Olympics tried that and that didn't work out. But like people consider dance and cheer like stereotypically like very feminine and like young sports. Not like young as in like the sports themselves were established, but like young women do them. They don't consider those like a lot of people don't consider those sports, but curling I'm confused. What's the origins of curling? I like literally who was like, yes, let's take stone on ice, slide it, and see where it gets us. Like what origins of curling? What is this? Okay, 16th century originated in 16th century Scotland with early evidence dating back to 1511. It was played on frozen lochs and ponds using channel stones, originally a pastime for Scottish farmers during harsh winters. The game became organized in the 19th century and was later spread worldwide, particularly to Canada, by Scottish immigrants. Interesting. Okay, so they used stones, which I get. When did the sweeping come in? When did we figure out that sweeping was like the move? The first clubs were formed in Scotland. Global spread. Dang, it was introduced in Canada 1759 and spread to the United States 1832. The Royal Caledonian Curling Club? Interesting. Interesting. Did not know this. When was it introduced to the Olympics? Wait, curling first in first Olympics, yeah. 1924. Dang, so this sport is like older than I thought. Okay, wait. What do you train for curling? Because like you have the slider person, like you have the one who's like on all fours, and like throwing that thing, and then the sweep. When did sweepers come in? Hold on, sorry, we're learning a lot about curling. I'm just very confused by the sport. When did curling get sweepers? Because the Scotland one just had the rocks on the ice. Has existed, okay, 16th century, but modern brushes replaced traditional corn straw brooms in the 1960s and 70s. Interesting. That is really interesting to me. Yeah, early history, Players used heavy corn straw brooms to remove debris. So I'm in 16th century Scotland, and they're playing with the rocks. And the rocks, I'm assuming, like they're not as big, right? So they're a little tiny. And this says they're using the brooms to remove debris. In the context of today, there's no debris on that ice. So eventually, they had to have like figured out like that doing that on the ice was like better for it. What does that do really? Does it make it go far? Does it make it go farther? Like it makes the ice smoother, so it goes farther, kind of thing. What is the training like for this? This is really watch me look up every single sport that's ever in the Winter Olympics. Wait, curling training. Like what are you doing for for this? How long does the training take? Like what are we Curling combines on ice technical drills with off ice conditioning to improve balance, weight control, and sweeping power. Interesting. Okay, yeah, on the ice, practice with consistent, comfortable slide using a 1/4-inch slider for stability. Weight control, strategy and aim, strength, lower body, cardio, flexibility. This is really fascinating to me. Curling starts Training for curling in Canada starts at like 12. Wait, what? It's like resources for training and it has like the different countries and it says curling in Canada age appropriate drills example ages 12 to 16. What? Okay. Who maybe this is just me being ignorant, but like what 12-year-old is like, "Mom, you know what I really want to do? I want to throw the stone over the ice and land it in the target." Like I'm like, is this like serious? Am I not maybe this is because like a US like it's a serious USA thing. Interesting. Okay. Didn't know that. Just learned something new about curling. Oh, maybe I could do curling. I feel like if I were to participate in any Olympic sport, it would be curling. I feel like I could do that. I really feel if I start training now, if I start training right now in the next 4 years, I could be a curling god. Curling is so interesting. I could never like some of the serious, the like more famous, I guess, like things, hockey, skating, what's the ice sledding on? You literally just lay there. What is the training like for that? Okay, sorry, I'm getting really like disoriented here, but like, okay, the this. Oh my gosh, wait, Olympic. What is it called? I just said it. Olympic ice sledding. That's the one where they're just laying there. Oh wait, no, this is the one where they're like in a little car. No, wait, yeah, this is the one where they're laying. Like, what's the training for this? What's the move? See, okay, so there's different kinds of ice sledding because there are ones where they're laying on their stomachs and their like head is first, and there's ones where they're laying on their back and their feet are first, and then there's ones where there's like three people in a little go kart. What's the training for this? Because like, what do you just have to be skinny to like be aerodynamic? Is the whole point of the sport to be aerodynamic? Wait, training. What training? Training plan. Yeah. What's Oh, it's all videos. Can you just give me like a synopsis? I don't want to watch all that. Ice sledding, bobsled, skeleton, lunge. Training focuses on extreme explosive power. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, sprinting makes sense. They like run with it at the beginning, right? Requiring 20 to 30 hours a week of dry land training and ice time. What the freak? That's crazy. What the freak? That does not again, I'm being ignorant. I'm not a very fit person, but like 20 to 30 hours of like intense training. That's really crazy to me. I maybe I couldn't do that one. I don't know. That one seems a little bit more intimidating now that I read about it. But yeah, some of the sports are really weird. I could never ski or snowboard. That's not my thing. My brother one year for his birthday wanted to go sledding or not sledding. What am I saying? Bro, can this blanket stay up, please? Holy bejeebus. I just want one side. Just want one side covered. I just like half cold, half hot. Um, what was I saying? Oh my gosh, my brother. Okay. He wanted to try snowboarding when we were kids. So we went up to the snowboarding area and my mom signed us up for classes for like his birthday weekend. And he was like he was fine. I hated it. I was not a fan. Maybe I'll revisit it. I have more patience now than I did when I was 10. However, that's just a lot. And I think I also talked about in other podcasts, like episodes, like other episodes, that like the snow, like heavy snow, really fucks with my eyesight. Like I just don't like it just the sun reflecting into my eyeballs, like it just really fucks me up. I don't like it. So I don't really think snow sports are for me or winter sports are for me. But you know, you get them next time. I really tried to be an athlete. I tried so hard. I'm not an athlete. Well, that's ironic considering where I am now. However, like when I was a kid, I was very artsy, painted, drew pictures, all that jazz. And like I wanted to be a skateboarder. I wanted to be I was in the skateboarding, could not do a single trick. It was during COVID too, so it was like we went to this skate park before COVID, and I wasn't into skateboarding. I was more into like just riding around on my scooter. I just want to be on my scooter because I was like, how old was I? I was like 10, 11, 12, something like that. I don't know. So I just wanted to ride on my scooter, and my brother was into skateboarding, and then he stopped. So then I got back, like wanted to try it, and then COVID hit, and so like everything was closed. So I would try in my backyard to do an ollie because their like advice is like to do it. I trained so hard and I couldn't fucking do it. But like you get your board on grass and then because then you're not moving and just try to do the movement. Just try to like flick you can't be in this blanket. Just flick your foot up and then try to slide it across the board. Like try to do this the ollie itself. And then after mastering that, try it on concrete, stationary, but like there's less you're less secure. You're moving around a little bit more. And then once you master that, then do it while moving. And so I really wanted to try that, couldn't do it, and then I gave up. But that was really good advice. If anyone is learning to skateboard and wants to do an ollie, that is really good training, is doing it on your grass. Or on grass or like gravel. Well, gravel, if you fall, you're kind of fucked. You're gonna get scraped up. But on a what the fuck is the term? On grass. Just I'm just gonna leave it at grass. And then I also what did I also do? I also tried gymnastics. Hated that. Gymnastics is so hard. I did gymnastics for like a month or two. It was so like so I liked the beam. The beam was actually really fun and I thought that was really interesting. I did like that. And I did like beginner level. Like I was like 10 years old, maybe 9. And it was like I could do a cartwheel on the beam and land just fine. And I was like, wow, I'm goated. I'm literally the best person on this whole team. So that was fun. The bar was so challenging because like you need so much core strength to get up there to begin with. Like we did so many drills where you just like grab the bar and then try to swing yourself up. You know how they're flat, like they're like this in front of. Ignore my armpit hair, okay? I haven't shaved in a while. It's winter time. I've been wearing freaking long sleeves. It doesn't matter, but it is warming up. It's 72 degrees in my room right now. And my windows are open. What the freak? But you know how they're holding onto the bar and then they swing their legs up and then swing themselves up? That requires so much strength. Dub epic shout out to the to gymnasts because well even like men's I don't even want to get started. Men's I've seen and that looks insanity. I don't know how they do that. Women's that I've done it, I've tried it. I have so much more appreciation because that shit it's I don't know how they do that. Also, isn't it like I didn't fact check this. I just heard it from the grapevine and I was like, "Oh, interesting." And then I moved on. But is it true that like gymnasts if I could organize my thoughts, that would be fantastic. They're short because they did gymnastics. Is that right? I don't know. Because like I heard that they're with the jumping and with like the movements that they do, it can stunt their growth. So like that's why all gymnasts are like pretty short. Is that true? I could Google it right now and figure out if that's a fact or if that is just something someone made up online. Oh, bruh. Hello. Uh, gymnasts being short. Gymnasts short. Why? Gymnasts are typically short because smaller, lighter bodies offer significant biomechanical advantages. While intensive training and low caloric intake can affect growth, the sport primarily selects for shorter individuals who can execute complex, rapid, and acrobatic maneuvers more efficiently. Oh, okay, so it's just like built. Like you have to be short to do this. Lower moment of inertia, lower center of gravity, delayed maturity. Wait, elite female gymnasts often experience later maturation. Is that a word? That doesn't seem right. Which allows them to maintain smaller, more muscularly compact, and prepubescent like body shape that is advantageous for the sport. So it is kind of like a combination of like, well, the sport is built for shorter people, but also doing the sport to begin with can delay your growth and can make you built a certain way. So it's a combination, right? Better power to weight ratio. Yeah. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'6", so I'm pretty average. Height. But when I was a kid, I grew very quickly. So I was 5'6" when I was in like 5th grade. Um, so it was like 5th or 6th grade, I guess. I was already pretty tall. Sorry, I'm gonna cozy up here. Oh no, my foot! Don't look at my foot. Don't you freaking look at my foot. Getting a little cozy. Getting cozy, as I said, it's 72 degrees in my room. Dorm living. Let me address this before we get back to sports. Dorm living sucks sometimes because the first few weeks here, where I go to school, it's very like wintry for the most part and cool, like 60 degrees Fahrenheit ish. But the first few weeks, it's insane. It's like 78 outside, but the dorm rooms do not have AC. They only have heating. If you run hot, you are screwed. And I don't run hot, but I enjoy being cold. My room, I like it to be at 68 degrees. That is beautiful because that's enough to put on little cozy pajamas, hang out in my room, maybe put a little blanket on. I like being cozy. And the first 2 weeks when it's warmer, it's August, my room was at 80 fucking degrees. I almost just said something bad. I almost wanted to just like end it all because I like what do you mean I just sleep in a room that's 80 degrees? Me and my roommate were tweaking. I have a fan over here in the corner of my room that I just like kind of let blow. It like circulates a little bit, so I let it blow across the whole room. But I literally had it pointed directly at me when it was 80 degrees, and I just made it blow directly on me. I also had, I don't know if you can see it. I think it's cropped out, but I have a little handheld like fan. It's like has the little like octopus legs where you can wrap it around. I had that attached to my bed too, and blowing like on my face. But the unfortunate thing, I was gonna turn that on today actually and have it blow on me, but the charge doesn't last very long. I'm still gonna keep it, but like the charge lasts like 4 hours. And when I'm like getting ready for bed and I'm laying in my bed and I watch TikTok for an hour before I actually go to sleep, like that's already wasting an hour of the charge. And then by the time I'm actually like getting ready to go to sleep, the middle of the night, I wake up, it's off, and now I'm like hot. So just not appropriate for what I was using it for, I guess. The charge was not very long. But anyways, back to athletics. Yeah, I tried gymnastics, I tried skateboarding, I tried volleyball. Volleyball I did try. I do actually enjoy volleyball. I do have like I kind of have like the build for like a swimmer or volleyball because I have wider shoulders and like really thick like quad thigh legs area. So I have like the build for it. I tried volleyball. I went in middle school to a volleyball like training camp, and I did enjoy it. And then I trained is a strong word. I like practiced volleyball with my grandpa for a while. And then I went to the actual, I almost just said auditions. What the? I also was a theater kid. What? That's not auditions. You don't audition to be on the team. Tryouts. Oh my God. That's crazy that I said that. Tryouts. Went to tryouts for the volleyball team. And I was really good at every other part, but in order to pass and like make the team or make the second day of tryouts, I guess, you had to be able to hit the like serve the volleyball over the net 3 times at like its highest point. And when this is middle school, so we're all like 12, 13. And I fucked up and I couldn't get it over the net. I think like 2 out of 3 times, which I didn't want to be a server. I did not want to be the one who serves the ball. I wanted to be literally anything else. But yeah, I didn't make it. Didn't make it. So then I gave up on that dream. Probably could have tried out. Well, thing is like high school. I started high school when COVID happened. Like I started high school in 2020. So my whole for like well, not whole, October is when I actually started going to school. I was online school from August to October. So like they weren't really doing a lot of sports, obviously. So I didn't really do that. And then freshman and sophomore year, I was an absolute loser in high school, so that wasn't happening. So yeah, I think volleyball in middle school was like the closest I ever got. I also went to a cheer training camp for the middle school, and middle school, everyone's learning who they are, right? And I knew I was funny. Okay, I was funny. I was not a prankster, but like, okay, so an example was like, I just liked bouncing on like doing shitty tricks on the mats. And like during free time, I would do shitty tricks and I would jump around, do cartwheels, do like whatever the fuck, and no one was entertained. No one wanted to do it with me, and so I was like, okay, this clearly isn't my crowd. Like they were all like the Visco, Dutch Bros, Scrunchy, like girls who were like too cool. Like the girls at the time that I was hanging around in middle school were like too cool to do anything. Like I don't know, they were too cool to have hobbies, I guess. They knew was Brandy Melville and Hollister. That's all they did. So my personality didn't really fit well with them. Considering that at the time I was like, I don't know. Also, my middle school is when people started vaping, which is way too early. But yeah, that was so after middle school and after trying for volleyball, I gave up. Also, COVID turned me into a really big nerd. Got really into anime. I talked about this in a previous episode too. But yeah. Also, this isn't really a sport that I tried, but my mom wanted us to learn how to swim, obviously. So we did swim lessons at the aquatic center, and then it was like, if I remember right, it was like every summer you did another swim training thing. So it was like, I don't remember when we started, but like you learn how to swim. And they have like I don't remember us doing this, but they would like, like on TikTok they like throw the babies into the water and then they start snapping. They're like, "Come on, you can do it. Get up. Just swim up. Swim up." And it's like the baby's literally drowning. Like the baby is like cannot breathe. I don't think we did that. They do offer that at the aquatic center that we went to. However, I remember like what was it? Like each year, like you learn how to like I think when you're learning how to swim, you learn how to doggy paddle, and then eventually learn how to do like different like strokes, and then you learn how to float, like how to like keep your legs, like keep yourself above water, like float kind of thing. And then like as you get older, you can learn like the butterfly stroke like, one summer, and as you get older, you learn more techniques. And then I think 6th grade was like the max when you're. I think it was it you're like 12 or 13 was like the max of the program. I think it was. I don't know the youngest, but probably like 1 or 2 to 13, something like that. And you learn how to dive. And I thought I was going to eat up the diving board. I thought I was going to be the best diver in the world. Was not. I tried so many sports and I just was not a sports person. The only thing I did really enjoy was karate and martial arts. If I could get back into that, I would. I don't think I can. And also, having hobbies is expensive nowadays, and I don't want to do that shit. Like signing up, obviously, when you're a kid, it's expensive, but like your mom is paying for it, so it doesn't matter. um, but like when I was a kid, I think the biggest thing is like learning self defense, obviously. So like when the biggest thing I remember learning is like when you're, I think I started it, I think I was 6, 7, 8. 8 seems too old. I was around that age, and you can be picked up or like grabbed and kidnapped. And so what we learned is like if you push back, like peel back their pinkies or their thumbs, those are really vulnerable areas and that hurts really bad. So they'll drop you and then you can run away. Um, so there was like practical skills like that, but then there's also like if any of you have done martial arts, there's kind of like staged skills, if that makes sense, where it's like this is like you do this move, then you do this move, then you do this move, and then you do like there's like it's like a performance in a way, but then there was also practical skills where it's like this is how you kick someone's ass. So that was really fun to do, but I think it got too expensive. I don't know. I was good at it though. I was proud of myself. Well, standards were really low because you're a kid, but it gave me a lot of confidence and it made me feel really good and I enjoyed doing it. So I would get back to that, but like I said, being like having hobbies is expensive. Like if I want to get back into martial arts, you have to look up like a studio or like a club that's around here. And then I'd also be a white belt. I would also be a starter, and that makes me nervous being 20 and being a beginner. But like I think it'd be fun. I don't know. I wish I had more hobbies that like because reading isn't super well, reading can be expensive, but reading is like time consuming. Because like it takes me a while to finish a book, so like that $19.99 that I spent on it is like worth its time. Coloring, same kind of deal. Coloring books are not expensive, and if you already have markers, you're fine. This not expensive. Well, I don't know if this is a hobby, but this is not expensive. Microphones are $20. This stand was for my phone to film was $17. So it's like I like hobbies that are cheap, and there are some hobbies that are simply not cheap. So, yeah, I'm perfectly fine with the hobbies that I have right now. Also, watching like I hate like I feel like watching TV shows or watching movies isn't a hobby, but I feel like having like a fan group to collaborate with and like watch edits and like talk about theories about the show with is really fun. So I don't know if that's really considered a hobby, but I think that's fun. Um, but yeah, I'm not athletic. I did oh, this is embarrassing to admit. I did do one theater performance. I wanted to be a theater kid so bad. But here's the thing, guys. I'm not that talented. I'm not very inept that way. Because like so I auditioned, well, it was an awkward situation to begin with because the drama club group, because it wasn't at school, it was like an extracurricular kind of thing. And it was run by like my brother's classmate's mom, and my brother and his classmate had like beef. Like this kid was crazy. Not my brother, the other kid. He was insane. Insane is what I meant to say. And his mom was like weird, and she ran the thing, so like she already like didn't like me, and it was just weird. Small world, and I wish it was a little bit bigger. So not saying that she like didn't give me a good part because she didn't like me. I was not skillful. I was not a good singer. I am not a good singer. But yeah, it was for High School Musical, the musical, not the movie, not the TV show. That TV show, High School Musical, the movie, or whatever the fuck it was, like that was so weird. But anyways, back to my story. So yeah, I did that, and I auditioned with a song from Teen Beach Movie because I loved Teen Beach Movie at the time, and I wanted that to be me. I wanted to be one of them. So I auditioned with that. I'm gonna leave space right here for you guys to guess what part I got. I really want you to guess, and I'm gonna say it in a minute, but I want you to pause and comment what you think I got. I was Skater Girl number 3. Skater Girl number 3 over here. Yes. Me. Skater girls wear green, so I had to go find a green t-shirt to wear and shorts and some sneakers. So yeah, I would clearly not very skilled out of all the parts, got Skater Girl number 3. I did have one part though, like not part, but like one, I got to be in one section of the musical. I think there was a part where it was like 6 people were selected to sing, and it was like one person from each like group. Because there's like skaters, and there's like the band people, and there's like theater, and then like there's like different groups. So one from each got to sing, and I got to do one part, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so cool. It was not that serious. So yeah, but that was a fun experience. It just was like, I think the environment was not for me, and also because of that mom, that crazy mom. I thought about doing theater in high school. Again, high school was a weird time for me, and I did not pursue any hobbies. I did not pursue anything besides getting a job. So yeah, I worked 2 jobs in high school for a semester. That was my drive, I guess. But I should have done theater. I did support the theater a lot. I had a few friends. Friends is a loose term, but a few acquaintances that were in theater, and I really, 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 really loved watching their performances. Some of those people I genuinely believe are going to be on Broadway because they are so talented. I am amazed by them, and they're just so good. I loved watching the high school. What do they do? They did Dr. Seuss the musical. I watched Legally Blonde the musical. They did Mamma Mia. That one was really good. I really liked that one. What was the other one they did? They did one. Was it called Small Town? Old Town? It wasn't a musical. It was more of a play, but that one made me cry. Wait, what is it called? I don't even remember what it's about, but like a lot of people die in that one, and it's very like serious. Wait, Old Town. Am I crazy? Did I make this up? Play show? Because it's not a musical. It was a play. Our town, our town, our town, our town. Yes, 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 yes. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, it's called Our Town by Thornton Wilder, and it's about life, love, and death, and in the fictional small town of Grover's Corners, New Hampshire. Um, oh, yeah, this made me cry. I don't know how boring the original one is, but this did make me cry when I watched it. What is because the way it's being described in this was not the way the high school did it, and I'm sure there's a reason. So I have not watched this version, like the public theater version. I've only watched my high school version. But yeah, this did make me cry because it was like it's about like enjoying the small things in life and not taking things for granted. And then like people die at the end, and it's like, oh my God, it made me cry so hard. I was so embarrassed because like I felt like I was the only one crying, and it was really hitting me deep, and no one else like cared. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna leave now. Um, but yeah, stuff like that. I love stuff like that. And then as I got older, I got into like other like obviously Hamilton 6 is really good. Um, what's other? I've actually never watched the Mamma Mia movie. Hate to break it to y'all, but I've never seen that movie. Death Note the musical is really good. That was like when I found out that was a thing, I was like, my worlds are colliding. Like anime and theater, I was like, wow, this is really beautiful to me. Um, I like movie musicals more than like stage musicals just because I can't go to stage musicals. Like you can watch a movie musical wherever you are, like a movie adaptation, but plays and like stage performances, you can't like that's unless someone illegally records it, like that's not available to everyone. Um so what was the other? Oh, I did watch Heathers. Heathers was good. I do enjoy Heathers. What are other ones? Beetlejuice the musical. I've actually never seen the whole thing, but I have listened to the soundtrack. What are other ones? I know there's a few more. Let's look up musicals real quick. Musicals. I feel like Hamilton is always like everyone talks about that one. That's like iconic. Oh, I haven't like I don't know the whole thing, but I've listened to the soundtrack for Epic. That's a good one. Sorry, I just saw a picture of oh my gosh, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Oh my god, what's her name? It's about the Nazis. It's the Nazis. What's it called? Holy shit, what is that movie called? Sound of Music. Oh my lord. I had to watch. So, okay, another fun fact about me. We're just getting into all my lore here, I guess. I was in choir for like 4 years. I think I did it from fourth or fifth grade up into seventh grade. I'm pretty sure it was fourth grade because like my middle school offered choir. Um, Yeah, it was fourth, fifth, and sixth grade, and then seventh grade. Seventh grade, I did not have a good teacher, and she was annoying, and I hated her, so she made me lose my love for choir. I do love choir though. Choir is so underrated. Again, not super talented. I did not have a wide range. I am an alto, and can push it to a tenor if I really want to. But yeah, being an alto in choir does not give you a lot of opportunity. You're the background. Okay. But it was really fun. And we did a mashup of all the songs from The Sound of Music. And we watched it. Oh my God. Every fucking time my teacher was absent, we watched The Sound of Music or Fantasia every single fucking time. Like that was like her note for the sub was to watch Fantasia or The Sound of Music. There was another movie we watched. It was about a horse. Don't remember why we had to watch that one. I don't remember what the fucking context was for that. It was over the course of like 2 or 3 days that we watched. What is it called? It was about a black horse. She was super majestic or something. I don't remember. I blacked out because I was so bored out of my fucking mind. Um, but yeah, Sound of Music holds a special place in my heart. It's bittersweet because I hated that choir teacher who would always play it, but the movie is very good. Um, what are the other ones? Obviously, like a lot of like La La Land is a horror movie. La La Land, I watched that for the first time with my boyfriend, and we hadn't been dating for that long. And we also like were still long distance at the time, so we were like watching it over the computer together. And then after watching it, he's like, "All right, well that was a really good movie. I'm gonna go." And I was like, "Yeah, it was a really good movie. Have a good night." Hung up, sobbed myself to sleep. I sobbed. He is like so chill about sad things, and I just like even watching Where the Crawdads Sing at the end when spoiler alert she dies and like all this shit happens. I was like I started crying and he was like not I don't know, he's not emotional when it comes to movies, I guess, but I am like I don't know, it just makes me sad. I don't The Greatest Showman, also a fire musical. I love that one. I haven't seen Wicked. I don't really want to see Wicked. It's not my thing. Grease, obviously classic. Chicago's good. What are other ones? Hamilton obviously came up. I haven't seen West Side Story. I probably should though. I should. Waitress the musical, I've never seen that. What are some of these? Interesting. Hairspray, I have seen. I have seen Hairspray. What are these other ones? And then obviously, like a lot of Disney ones I've seen. Sweeney Todd is a really good musical. Sweeney Todd is such a good musical. I loved that movie a lot. Tick Tick Boom is a good one too. Obviously, like all the Disney musicals are good. Comedy musicals. Amelia Perez, I refuse to watch that fucking movie. Oh my god, it looks garbage. Um Anyways, so yeah, I was kind of a musical dweeb for a while and then turned into anime and now we're here. Yeah, I Sweeney Todd is really good. I want to rewatch Sweeney Todd now because that was so good. I love Sweeney Todd. Oh, back to my choir teacher. I actually just thought about something like a controversy. I didn't see this, but she taught band and choir, and we had a student teacher from Hawaii, and he was mainly the band student teacher. I think he was a teacher specific. His specific specialty was band or music, I guess. And yeah, so he was mainly there for that, but I was in choir, and choir was like the class period after band. So sometimes he would stick around and hang out with the choir kids for a little bit. And one day, I did not see this with my own eyes. This is all through the grapevine. It could totally be a made up story. However, rumor has it someone found a condom like a used condom in her room while that TA was there. Don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. I went to a really insane middle school. Like middle school was really not good. Like I said, people were vaping. Yeah, that condom was allegedly found in her room. Um what else had happened? Oh, this one kid came to our 8th grade dance with an ankle monitor on, like from the police. In case you're confused with any other kind of ankle monitor. So that was alarming. There was other things that happened. I can't remember now. Drugs. People did drugs. I don't know what. I genuinely do not know where these people were finding, like, doing drugs. Like, you're 12 years old. What do you mean you're doing, like, coke in the bathroom, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you? Or, like, people are, like, smoking weed. And, okay, I don't want to say I was friends with the stoners. Like, friends is a strong word, but I was well acquainted with them. I won't say names, but there's one guy who lived in my neighborhood and he rode the bus and he was friends with the stoner group, like the guy who had like the ankle monitor situation happening. And they were nice people. Do not get me wrong. He was a nice guy. He was very sweet and very fun to talk to. He had a shit family life, and that's probably why he was smoking weed at 13. But, like, what the fuck is going on? Um, yeah, that was crazy. Middle school was such a strange time because people started drama for no reason. Looking back, like, because I'm a secondary ed major, I don't want to teach middle school. I do not want to teach middle school because middle schoolers are a little dramatic. Not a little, a lot dramatic. I sat next to this one guy on the bus for a long time. Different guy, different story. I was in 7th grade. He was in 8th grade. And he, like, was just nice. I sat next to him on the bus once. And then, like, maybe it was twice. I don't remember. I sat next to him a few times because we got off on the same stop. Like, we lived in the same neighborhood. And we were just chatting it up. And then people started saying that we were dating. And I was like, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. I really don't understand that. Like, a girl and a guy just can't, like, sit next to each other on the bus. Like, is it really that serious? I don't know. That was really weird to me. Yeah, I would take the bus. I feel like not a lot of people take the bus anymore. I don't know. I feel like it was like a different, like a not a different, but it was like a rivalry almost between people who took the bus to school and people whose parents drove them to school. Was that only me who like thought that? Like, I felt like there was like a divide between the students. But who took the bus and who didn't? I don't know. But I took the bus in high school too. The bus is an interesting community, but the bus in middle school and high school is its own territory. It's its own world because the bus, there are no rules. They're really high school, you get more chill. Middle school buses, those are just they're war zones. I really I don't get it. Trying to think of like what specifically had happened because like okay, so my bus in middle school was set up in a strange way where it was like um the back of the bus was middle schoolers and then the front of the bus was elementary schoolers. Like, it was combined, the two of them, because there's a middle school literally down the street. I mean, a elementary school down the street from my middle school, and they're the same district, so we just share the same bus. So like at the back of the bus, the middle schoolers were like crazy. I was a middle schooler, but we would have like the most strange conversations. And obviously, like, we're older, and then there's like next to you is like a 6-year-old, and you're like, hey, I need to plug your ears for this conversation. You don't need to hear about this. So it's definitely like a weird dynamic, I guess, on that bus. I don't know. It was very strange. Thinking about the bus, like, it was just weird. Now I take the bus in college, but it's like the college bus, and people just smell bad. Like, it's not the same community as it once was. People just smell like BO. It was really bad. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. Yesterday I took the bus to work and it was disgusting. Like, please, guys, put on deodorant. Hey, if you're in college, you don't put on deodorant. I need you to put on deodorant right now, please, and thank you. That'd be awesome. Thank you. I'm really baffled by like maybe just because I have a different life experience. We're not going to get into like all of my lore, but like I know how to do my laundry. I know how to bathe myself. I know how to. Well, okay, my room is not clean right now because I don't have a roommate anymore. Okay, I don't have anyone to impress by myself. Like when I have guests, yes, I'm going to clean my room. And when I had a roommate, yes, I was clean. But right now, when it's just me in here, babe, I don't care. I don't care. Like I said, I've said almost every episode, I have laundry on my bed, like the other bed, not my sleeping bed, on the other bed that has no roommate. Almost all the time. Almost all the time. I'm sorry. There's not very few times where you'll see that bed actually be cleaned, and no laundry on it. So, but like bare minimum is like keeping your half of the room clean when you do have a roommate. I don't know. I think that's really just the bare minimum. Or like because my boyfriend and I are long distance, we call just about every night. And I would go to a study room when I knew we were going to have like a loud conversation. Go to a study room if you're calling someone, or like, I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, people are like, college really is an interesting environment because there's a lot of people that amaze me and that shock me, with the way that they were raised. Really, really is interesting to me. And it's even weirder because I work with a lot of people who are a lot older. They're still college students, but they're like, I think the youngest guy I work with, well, I work with some people that are my age. Like there's a handful of people that are like 19, 20, 21 years old. And then like the older people are in their like late 20s, early 30s, and they're students, but it's like different. It's a different thing, you know? I don't know. It's just such a weird. College is really interesting. I have not yet had someone older, like in their late 20s, early 30s in one of my classes. It's just I work with a lot of people like that. Like that. That's not a problem. It's just like lots of people in that age range, I guess. Um, but college is just such an interesting I feel like I haven't learned as much about myself as I have learned about other people. Like like going into college, I knew that I was not a partier. I'll try everything once. Okay? I'll like experiences. I'll try them once and then I've gone into things knowing they're not for me and knowing the wrong crowd to be doing this with. And I try it once and I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Not for me. Um but yeah, college you learn a lot about like everyone else is just I sound so judgy. I for sure like I know I'm not perfect, but some of these other people that I see around, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like I can't say what I want to say because I will be judged, but the way people dress as well, like they're still in middle school, like really is crazy to me. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm going to leave that at that. um, I don't know how we got here talking about college life and how weird people are. I think is the bus, people bathing. Yeah, guys, please bathe appropriately. I think that's gonna do it though. Covered a lot of topics today. Sorry I've been so low energy. I just it's been a busy day and I'm just ready to be done. Um oh my gosh. I have some other things to do. I have assignments to do and I also am working on a project. Not for school, it's a personal project. And I'm not really done with it yet. Um it's for my boyfriend. I think I kind of touched on this. He watches my podcast, so I'm like, I can't go into it. Does this come out when I give it to him? What's today? 27th? 28th? No, the one I filmed tomorrow will come out after I give it to him. Okay, so I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll talk about it tomorrow. But um yeah, I'm working on this project for him and it's very time consuming and I've been avoiding doing it and I need to finish it and I need to go out and buy stuff for not buy like I'm not buying it's going to be cost like 50 fucking cents. But I like need to go get stuff for it and I don't want to right now and I want to lay in bed, but I can't. So I'm going to figure out my feelings and figure out what I want to do with the rest of my life and the rest of my day. But I think that's going to wrap it up. I think we're done here. But I hope you guys have a good one. Sorry, these podcast episodes are gonna be a little behind temporarily. But I'm a busy gal. Okay, I'm booked and busy. What can I say? You guys have a great week. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye bye.